Fuel costs are bankrupting trucking companies. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to talk about an article from the Daily Mail warning about the impact of rising fuel costs and, well, the trouble this can cause for truckies. Now, the big issue is, here in Australia, with claims of warnings of global food shortages, we're not going to run out of food. The issue for us is always going to be logistics and supply. And, that's dependent on our trucking sector. Now, if you've got trucking businesses that start falling over, start going bankrupt, where truckies are going, it just ain't worth it, I'm losing money on all these jobs, I'm stepping back, then you're going to have a disaster. That's how it's going to manifest here in Australia, everyone. And it's not just going to be food, it's going to be construction, it's going to be every single industry. So, let's check this one out. Truckies are warning of an imminent collapse to the nation's supply chain, claiming the fuel excise cut that was supposed to ease the cost of living for Aussies will force them off the road. Former Prime Minister Scott Morrison made the decision to halve Australia's fuel excise tax back in March after Russia's invasion of Ukraine forced fuel prices through the roof. Now, it would be good if they permanently just removed this tax, everyone. Let's just get rid of it. Then all the hippies who are getting angry at the mining industry getting subsidies because, they're not paying fuel excise on petrol for vehicles that aren't on roads, then there'd be no subsidies anymore. There you go. There's one way to get rid of those subsidies to the mining industry. Just remove the tax entirely. Then we'll all be even Stevens. More money in people's pockets, the environmentalists are happy, and, virtually instantly a pay increase for every Australian that uses a vehicle. What do you reckon? See, there are win-win situations, everyone. Sure, we may have to cut a bit of fluff in the government budget, but there's plenty of stuff we can cut. So, while the tax cut was good for Aussies filling up at the pump, it's been disastrous for truck companies who were forced to shoulder most of the cost and saw their petrol discount taken away. Truck drivers only see a 4.3 cent cut per litre in their diesel bills compared to the 22.1 cent cut enjoyed by the rest of the population. More than half of South Australia's truck companies warned they could face bankruptcy due to the tax cuts, forcing trucks so heavily relied upon for the transport of food and products off the road. In a survey conducted by the South Australian Road Transport Association, 57% of the state's truck companies said they would be bankrupted by the disastrous policy. The former coalition government made a disastrous and ill-advised decision on the run to abolish the fuel tax credit payable to truck operators to fund 80% of the fuel excise cut, the association's chief executive Steve Shearer told the Advertiser. So wait a minute. They screwed over the truckies to give us a tax discount. Are you surprised? Let's see if Labor has the balls to actually cut some taxes properly. Wouldn't that be good? I can't see it happening, but we'll see. Hopefully. It's their chance now. They can shine. What that meant was that the taxpayer funded only 4.3 cents a litre of the 22.1 cents a litre in fuel tax, and the trucking industry funded the other 17.8 cents a litre in a sleight-of-hand move. Truck operators claim the tax credit each quarter ranging from $2,000 to over $150,000, and no business can sustain the loss of such a significant portion of their funds. Mr. Shearer said the supply chain was facing imminent collapse because of the tax cut. Well, no, it's because they're framing this wrong. It's not because of the tax cut. They're facing imminent collapse because the government suspended the deal they were giving the truckies. Okay, that's why. Not because of the tax cut. Don't blame the tax cut. It's because of the tax. You're facing an imminent collapse because of the tax that you're paying. they changed the deal. They changed the rules. They always change the rules. This is why it's so difficult to anticipate what's going to happen in the economy, because they'll just change the rules. We're not in a free market here in Australia, guys. Don't kid yourself. We're not. We are not. Sure, there may be, a 21-year-old uni student bitching about capitalism because they've read some Marx at uni, but we're not in a free market in Australia, not by a long shot. I don't think Australians could stomach it, to be honest. Under the policy, truck companies and drivers no longer receive a rebate check at the end of each month, a fuel tax credit they rely on to offset monthly and quarterly tax obligations. Most truck operators do not benefit from the fuel tax, as they purchase their fuel in advance from wholesalers rather than at the bowser or of a petrol retailer. Mr. Shearer said the cost of fixing the coalition's blunder is $350 million, and pales in comparison to the looming economical collapse if the fuel tax credit is not restored before the policy's end date of September 28. 92% of South Australia's companies that feared bankruptcy said they could survive if the new Labor government fixed the coalition's blunder and restored the tax credit from July 1. The cost of fixing the coalition's blunder is $350 million, which is a drop in the ocean of the federal budget and pales in insignificance in comparison with the looming economic collapse. The South Australian survey is set to go national next week as the industry seeks help from the Albanese government. So, there you go, everyone. There you go. Let's have a talk about this one. This is just our politicians picking winners and losers. It's the government moving the deck chairs on the Titanic. It'd be a lot simpler if we simply didn't have a fuel tax excise. What if you just got rid of that? But then how will people pay for the roads? Well, sure, we could privatize them. Wouldn't you all like to have your super funds owning shares in roads? Why not that? It's open up for a lot of discussion, everyone. The problem is we've just got so many hidden taxes that we've just become so accustomed to paying, and most people don't even realize anymore. They don't realize there was a time when these taxes didn't exist. You tell me, guys, what do you think is the solution? Are you with the truckies, or are you not? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I find and put together here, there are a few ways you can help out. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband, or help us out, so contact us if you need an architect. Take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. I'll promise I'll find some good news tomorrow. Today's been all too bad articles. I'll find something good tomorrow. So, maybe. Take care, everyone.